Hello, families. So happy that you are joining us for summer school. And a special welcome to all Mrs. Byers students. I am so happy that I get to work with you now, and I will be looking forward to meeting with you. Now, this is an informative meeting to tell you all about summer school. So if you were there for the live one, you don't need to listen to this one. But if you weren't able to be there for the live one, this is telling you all about what we're doing for summer school. So let me start sharing my screen and I'll tell you what we're up to. Your students should have been invited to the new Google Classroom, which should be entitled Mrs. Fairborn's Summer School 2020. So they no longer go to the old one, or Mrs. Byers or Mrs. Fairborn's old class, but they come to this one, and every day they'll see a stream. Today I wrote, "Good morning, students, no assignments today. Your only job is to sign into Google Classroom, your new account on A to Z, and your new account on IXL. And tomorrow will be our first day of work." And so there's that. Their class work will be here. You can see that we've already got some that are going to be scheduled for tomorrow. Actually, this is scheduled for Wednesday, and I'll explain more about that. And here's all our people on here. So if your student's name is not highlighted on here, then they need to join my Google Classroom. Okay, so let's go to some of the things. Here is where, of course, they see their assignments. And so some of the assignments they're going to see are going to our new A to Z. So I'm going to change my teacher here. So if the old one comes up, or if you see this one come up, then you know that's the old one. And so we're going to change the teacher. We're going to go to the new one. There should be a link that takes them right to this page. And this is our summer school one. Called Mrs. Fairborn, and then down here they should see their name. Now their login for their new A to Z account is their lunch number, and so it's important that they go to this one because this is where I will be tracking what they accomplish each day. And also the school has paid for this account, so they may be able to see books that they weren't able to read before because this is a paid account now. And so make sure they get into the new account. One looks like this one. Again, they click on their name, and their password is their 4-digit lunch number. Okay, so that will be daily assignments that we'll be working with A to Z. 30 minutes a day, 3 books, a couple of quizzes, and they should be able to be ready to go. Now, also on A to Z, I will be giving a weekly check assessment. That's their flight check. They click on the flight check and they read it, hopefully without help. If you want to help them, that's fine. If they don't know a word within 3 seconds, go ahead and tell them the word so they can move on to the next word. And then really important part of the flight check is the retell. Retell is a skill that first graders need to learn, how to tell back what they just read about. So that's a really important part of their flight assessment. So do those with them, and that'll be on Monday. I'll put a new assessment out every week for them, and that way it'll help me see where they're at, and if they're in the right level, and if they're not in the right level, we'll move them up or move them down wherever we need to keep them in the right level. The second work that they're going to have every day is IXL. And so IXL is they should have a login for that already. I've sent them out. If you didn't get them, great time to text me or to email me and let me know that you need that to be resent to you. That should have gone to your email address. Always check your junk email because sometimes when I send things out at mass, they might think I'm sending junk mail. So check there before you call me. So each day they're going to have one subject that they'll be working with. Tomorrow, their first subject will be counting by twos. And so they'll see something like this. They'll put in the answer. When they can do about 20 minutes of math. But if they do like 10 of these in a row and they get them perfect, they obviously have this skill mastered. And so they don't need to keep working on that skill. So what they'll do is they'll get this skill mastered, and then they'll come up here where it says learning. they'll click on learning, go down to either wherever they feel like. First or second grade probably is the best two places. If they're really, really awesome at math, maybe they're ready to go on to second grade. They still need some work on the first grade stuff, they can click there. And then there's all these things that they can work on. Maybe they need help counting in different ways, or maybe they need to understand subtraction. And so the important thing is they can just click on one of these. Let's say it says subtraction with cubes, and they can work on that one. And so once they've mastered the skill that I assign them, they can go to any other skill and work on it for the 20 minutes. I just set the minute minder for them and say, okay, work on IXL for 20 minutes. And that will send me a report letting me know that they have done that assignment for the day once they've worked on 20 minutes of IXL. Let's see, now, the last thing we need to talk about, I'll just stop sharing for a second. The last thing we need to talk about is we're going to do during summer time, we're going to do some Zoom reading mastery classes. And so your student will be invited to one. I'll be doing 2 of them, and Mrs. Caracas will be doing the other 2. And so you'll be invited to come to one of those classes. Hopefully it's at a time that your student can come. If it's absolutely not at a time your student can be able to join us, just send me an email and let me know. And we'll see if we have enough students that can't join us at that time, we'll probably have to change the time. This is going to be a half-an-hour class, and there'll be a small group, hopefully on your student's level, where this teacher will just kind of work with them on some reading mastery skills, on how decoding and remembering words. And that way we can keep them sharp. I'm going to be doing it with my 2 groups on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon and 12:30. So hopefully that's a good time for you. Mrs. Caracas, I think she was scheduled for a 10 a.m. on Wednesday. So I'm not sure what her second day will be, probably Mondays and Wednesdays at 10. And so stay tuned, and we'll send you an email to you and to your student letting them know what time their reading group will be at. That's about all there is to our summer school program. Everybody should be working probably about an hour a day. Not much compared to what we were doing, right? So an hour a day will keep you sharp all summer long. And I look forward to working with each of you. My hours are going to be from 11 until 1 will definitely be times that I can answer questions. And so call me at any point. Remember, summer school doesn't, actually we're going to go from 9 to 1 is the times you can call me. That's the 4 hours that I'm getting paid. So that's the best time to get a hold of me. From 9 to 1, you can send me messages other times, but I might not get back to you till the next day if that's okay. Summer school goes from Mondays through Thursdays. So we don't work on Fridays. You can just go ahead and your student can get on if they want to get on and read, but Fridays I will not be having any hours. So have a great time and good choice on making summer school a priority for your student. We'll talk with you soon.